So fiber plays a huge role in stroke prevention. High fiber diets help to control your cholesterol level. We know from the previous information that we talked about in the Alzheimer's disease that an increase in the amount of cholesterol can narrow the blood vessels to the brain. So it makes it smaller, not enough blood can go through. High cholesterol levels can be one of those factors that cause an ischemic stroke, narrowing the blood vessels, cutting off the blood supply to the brain. So if that plaque builds up so much that you have a very, very narrow opening for your blood to flow, it's going to cut off the blood supply to your brain and essentially have a heart attack to your brain, an ischemic stroke. Fiber helps to lower blood pressure, which reduces the risk of a brain bleed and hemorrhagic strokes. So a high blood pressure puts you at risk for a brain bleed, your blood vessels bursting, and the blood leaking out into your brain, causing that pressure. Research has shown that low fiber diets in childhood was associated with the stiffening of arteries leading to the brain, which is a key risk factor in stroke. So, if you think back to that original slide of the unhealthy blood vessel with the really dark exterior line or circle around it, that would represent the stiffening of your blood vessel. So, increasing your fiber, especially they're saying in childhood, will help keep that really thin, narrow exterior of your blood vessel. Fiber research has shown that you can minimize stroke by consuming 25 grams of soluble fiber and 47 grams of insoluble fiber. So, soluble fiber, this is the fiber that can dissolve in water from the foods that you eat. When soluble fiber passes through your digestive system or digestive tract, it creates or forms a gel-like substance, which helps to slow down your digestive tract, helps to control your cholesterol and blood sugar, and feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut. The 47 grams of insoluble fiber, this is the fiber that doesn't dissolve in water from the foods you eat and passes through your digestive tract mostly intact. So when you think of this, the first thing that comes to my mind of something that passes through fully intact is corn. That would be like a prime example that I'm sure most people have experienced. So if you are ever having trouble pooping, eat some corn and it might help move your stool for you. It sounds like a lot. You have 25 grams of soluble fiber, 47 grams of insoluble fiber. So big question here is what does that actually look like? So 25 grams of soluble fiber looks like two fruits, or two servings of fruits, 2 to 3 servings of vegetables, 1 to 2 servings of grains, and 1 servings of legumes. And remember, this is within a 24-hour period. So this is every day that they're saying we need to get this much in order to prevent stroke. But so that's just your 25 grams of soluble fiber. We have to also add in our 47 grams of insoluble fiber, and that looks like 4 servings of legumes plus 4 servings of grain, 4 servings of vegetables, and 3 servings of fruit. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I could eat all of that in a 24-hour period unless I was like strictly a whole foods fruit and vegetable person, which I am not. I do still eat meat. And when I was putting this all together, I'm thinking like, your 25 grams, this should kind of look maybe double of what your bottom line is. It's this bottom line, this 45 grams just seems like or sounds like so much more food to eat than this top line. And you have to think about it. The insoluble fiber is that part that comes out whole, the corn kernel, right? So the inside, if you think about an apple, the inside of your apple, when you eat that, you are digesting all of it. The inside of the apple is your the soluble fiber, whereas the peel of your apple is the insoluble fiber. That's the part that would come out whole if it did. So kind of if you put it in that perspective, The inside of your apple is the soluble. There's so much more volume there, so you don't need as much of the soluble, or you don't need as many pieces of food to obtain that 25 grams of soluble fiber. Whereas the outside of the apple is not as much. It's a lot smaller volume than the inside of the apple, so you're going to need a lot more food to obtain that insoluble fiber. Regardless, I don't think I could eat that all. So they're saying that 7 grams of fiber a day by increasing your diet by 7 grams of fiber a day can help reduce your risk of stroke by 7%. So if you are a strict meat eater, you don't eat any fruits and vegetables whatsoever, if you start now increasing your diet with 7 grams of fiber a day, your likelihood of stroke decreases by 7%, is what that means. There's only one natural source of fiber, and that is from the foods that we eat, which are strictly plant-based food, fruits and vegetables. If you think about it, the fiber of a human being or an animal, the fiber of mammals is their bone structure. That's what keeps them standing up tall. So if we took out our bones, we would just be like a flat pancake on the floor. The fiber of a fruit or vegetable is what keeps them standing up tall. It gives them their structure. So I immediately start to think of a celery stalk, and the fiber is what keeps it firm and standing up tall.